Welcome back to the Ground Break, and there's great news. This game is now open to all, so if you have a EVE account, even if it's an alpha, you can now play this. So please download it. Just add me in game and let's go kill things. I've been playing pretty much exclusively solo because I'm a Billy no mates. But yeah, if you do want to run the squad, let me know. Hit me up and we'll go play. So this is actually the dev stream that CCP Peaceful was running, and as you can see, I've left it all in one take. I thought it'd be quite good to sort of show you how kind of a callous, evil player I am. Yeah, I shot him in the back. What's your problem with that? It's only a shame he was awake. I love Red Dwarf, and I think my kind of feeling with this is that that's good news because there's loads more players playing now. There always was. I mean, I have yet to log into a game and not meet someone. In the normal mode, I think in the Havoc mode, which is the one where you're kind of PvPing 9v9, that's not so good. I've had real issues with that one. So hopefully we'll get a few more people in that, because it'd be nice to do a 9v9 in that, but so far I've not really done that. That's Juno, by the way. Yes, he's a slippery fella. I just remember the name because we're going to see him a little bit later on, but he does YouTubes as well. You should totally go and watch his stuff. He's an awesome guy. I've learned so much from him. He knows the game way better than me, so I have to give full credit. The dev stream was interesting because they're also announcing the extension of the game. So we're playing, I think, until the 12th. So it was originally the 9th, now it's the 12th. So definitely give it a go. CCP are playing as well. As you can see, I just got killed by dev hacks. Obviously killed by dev hacks. CCP Wonky killed me with his dev assault rifle, honestly, because there's no way he could have killed me normally. I'm joking, but it's kind of cool. I've got to admit, it's nice to see CCP playing the game. They know everything about it as well. So actually in the Discord, if you have a question, you should ask them about it. I left it in kind of as one long tape because I did want to kind of give special shout out to the maps. I think the maps are truly incredible. I've always been a bit of a level designer fan. When, gosh, I can't remember the name of it now. Steamworks, I think it was. I used to make my own Team Fortress 2 maps. I even, because I eventually got into some software that allowed me to make kind of 3D buildings, because that was something I bought into my career at my very start of my career. And it's really interesting because I always quite like level design, basically. So I do have to give special call out to these maps. They're just brilliant. Like the verticality, the feeling to them, very good. So I left all in basically there's little fast forward sections just so you can kind of enjoy the depth and size of the space as well. Also my playstyle I think is an interesting one. So I'm very much about hunting wabbits. So if I know I've been killed somewhere, you always spawn near where you were killed, by the way. I don't know if you know that. Maybe not always. I'll use the word always with reckless abandon, with no desire to validate that use of the word. But so this guy just killed me as my mouse literally pushes off the edge of my mat. That's what that little lag was there. Oh god, I need to sort my life out. But I killed him, so I got my Rwenge back on him, basically. But that's cool. So you're never really too far away from the fight. But my playstyle is very different because I'm very much about get in, loot, get what you need, and then extract. And that way you've got it out, and then you can just rejoin again. I think a lot of people kind of run around for half an hour with all their pockets full of stuff and don't think, well, maybe I should just extract and then come straight back and get all these new chipsets, etc. back to you. The other one is, and this is an interesting one, and I learned this because when I was 18, I dated a girl whose brother was in the British Army, a sniper, would you believe? And he taught me something really interesting. Obviously, he couldn't say too much about his training and such, but he liked to pint down the pub. So when you kind of got him sort of lubed up a bit, that sounds wrong, but you know what I mean, with beer. I mean, not with anything else, not from a gentleman nature. He was always interesting kind of talk to you because his opinion of the world was, fighting particularly, was, snipers have to wait for a long time. So here we go. This is my revenge. Look, Juno and I literally ran into each other as we're passing. And I would point out, both of us were in a merciless bloodlust to kill the developers because they're just around the corner. They're literally there. And I get killed by some other player who kills me. And it's like, I can't, realize my dream and desire to kill the developers. and teabag them. But there we go. So I thought this was the developers here. I think it is actually. I'm not entirely sure who it is, but the guy that killed me basically wasn't a developer, so I was obviously very angry. Yeah, die, you know, shock horror. So I was always taught the gameplay of slowly, slowly catchy monkey. That's probably a very wrong statement to use now, but that's always what we called it. So there we go. Look, he's running away. I was like, that's got to be a developer because they're not shooting me. And then I don't actually know who killed me here. I think, oh no, there we go. So I killed that dude, but then I got killed by someone. Let's see who it was. I can't remember now. But it wasn't a developer, and I was obviously very sad. So fall damage. Oh no, was that? No. Did I get killed by a developer? Oh, well, who knows. I'm so bad at this. But I think one of the things I've really enjoyed about the game is the fact that, you know, you do deploy, you can then go and do many different things, and really you can play quite smart. I think this is one of the first, like EVE, the first games I've played on an FPS point of view where smart play is rewarded over good gun game. I know a lot of people are going to be quite annoyed at that, because if you're a dumb shit but you're really good at like playing computer games because you don't work or something, then I'm joking. But if you know, if you're that sort of person, you're probably going to be quite sort of like annoyed at that, because if you're gung ho and you run in and you get shot to pieces in this game, that's kind of your fault. So here, a good example. There's a player here. I can see them. Look, there they are. They're running away as he goes, and I realise I should, you know, you've got to stalk people, not in the weird kind of way that you stalk your mum's friend. It's the weird way that you kind of do it in a game where you're kind of trying to figure out what they're going to do. So that guy knows I'm here because I've got a few shots on him, right? There he is. Look, he knows I'm here, but he can't see me because he doesn't have a threat analyzer, you know, the thing that shows just red people. And this is really, you know, to me, this is like, wow, this is good gameplay, because there's technology, there's skills, there's capability here that just go beyond being an incredibly good Twitch shooter man. So there we go. I killed this dude. Sorry, bro. You know, I didn't mean to grief you. But you know, I got that kill by stalking him. So I watched him, I waited, I let him loot, and then I killed him. And that's the kind of gameplay that I quite like. And that was always kind of the way, I guess, I was told you should play. So things like DayZ are they're good educations for games like this because they're brutal. And I like that. I think this is exactly the kind of shooter that I like. So, you know, surprised. I've got to admit, I'm genuinely surprised. I thought I would not be as favourable to this game as I thought I would be, but so far I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I still don't get the chipsets. It feels like you have to play an awful lot to unlock a blueprint. So let me tell you how I think it works, and people can tell me I'm an idiot. Is you run the game, you play it, you can do missions and earn credits. You can also just, you know, loot credits as well. And you also loot materials. So very similar to, well, every looter shooter. And then back at base, you can buy blueprints to the chipsets that then give you the ability to put them onto your gun. You then deploy with that on your gun, and then you go and, you know, kind of kill face anyone. And that's it. That's kind of the premise of the game. The issue I have with it is there's an awful lot of credits needed, so I probably need to get a lot better at missions. So that's definitely a learning point for me, because a mission will pay you 1,000 credits, and that will buy you probably at least two, you know, or one very good chipset that you can then build. You do lose your chipsets as well, so when you deploy whatever you build, you lose. You can also loot them as well, but again, I'm no expert on looting. I just literally see shiny things, pick them up, and then try and get out with them. I've got a backpack full of kinetic ammo because, you know, people keep making lots of it, and then I keep looting it. So my feeling is that you should extract. So here, I'm trying to extract, but I saw one player, and it just shows you I'm an absolute knobhead at times, because I killed one guy, I then saw this guy and tried to shoot him. His mate was behind me shooting me. So a gang of three just took all my stuff, and absolutely deservedly so, and rightfully so. And I try and get my revenge. So here we go. So, you know, spawn back in, run over to where roughly I think they were. And I can see one or two of them, and then I'm an idiot because basically my desk is so poorly set up that literally my mouse slips off the edge of my mouse mat. And there we go, mouse stopped working. It serves me right, yeah. But it's fun. I'm a twat, but there we go. I think generally I've really enjoyed some of the kind of gunfights in this. You don't mind if you lose. I guess it's a bit like Dust. There's not really any impact to losing. I mean, there is a substantial impact if you lose. But I have enjoyed it. And here we go. Wonderful example of bullet time. Isn't this just wonderful? Every single shot he fires misses me. It's like that scene in Pulp Fiction. Basically, he just misses every shot. So it's fun, you know. I've got to admit, I cannot fault it so far too much on the gun game. I think there's still so much to do with it, though. I still get really kind of worried, let's say, that they're just centering it around maps on the ground. There was an interesting comment made by CCP Ritati. He's obviously a very senior developer in this whole process. And he's obviously the guy from Dust as well. You may not remember that, but he was kind of the core person in Dust. And he was making some comment around the ability to kind of create, you know, zones that sort of flare up that you then deploy, you fight, and then you're back in your ship, sort of thing. So I'm really excited. I can't really say too much more than that because I didn't really follow it. I was actually half working while he was talking, but it was really interesting sort of hearing that is the direction of travel. At least that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? But let's see. You know, my feeling is it's a very, very enjoyable game, and I have enjoyed it, you know, immensely so far. A few more days of it, and then probably on to CCP have just announced another project they're doing, which is EVE Frontiers. I think it's public now. I hope I'm not going to get banned for saying it because there is NDAs and all that crap. But worth a look if you like EVE. Totally give that a look because I can't really say too much, but it was good. You know, it's interesting to see where they go with that. So. There's a lot of projects going on, and I think this kind of causes a bit of a risk and an issue here because there's obviously only so many resources available to do projects like this in companies, and you have to then factor in, well, who's the more likely product to get funded. I think EVE Frontiers is actually something separate. It's something that's actually being invested as some other thing. I'm not going to talk too much about it until I know definitely I can. But this Vanguard is definitely something which is is essentially part of the EVE development chain. So it's important. I think this game is so important, and I do hope people get behind it. The fact that it's now free, completely free, to play, as in you don't need an Amiga. You did need an Amiga anyway. You can just literally log in and play it now. You don't need a code. I would highly stress you come try it because it's all very well kind of saying something's a load of crap, but if you never try it, then you have no right to say that. There you go, bold statement, right? But I think that's the truth, is that there's a lot of people who are just kind of naysaying it because they're just, I don't know, because it's change, it's new, it's different, it's something that's not familiar. Please do that. I mean, one of the biggest lessons of my life that has served me incredibly well is embrace change. So when you're arrested at your city job and marched out of the premises and basically told to get a lawyer, and then your legal team start to cry as you do calls with them, you embrace the change. And I think this is a wonderful time. You should all be, really excited about that. But there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. Very much recommend this game. Please do give it a go. See you next time.